Tears of the Kingdom is probably my favorite game of all time, and it's absolutely filled with content. I mean, there's 120 light roots, 1,000 Korok seeds, 509 things in the compendium, tons of armor sets, and most importantly for this video, 152 shrines. Most of these shrines are just mini puzzles that give you a reward for completing them. For this video though, I'm trying to figure out how many of these shrines could actually be done in real life. These puzzles usually require you to use the abilities that you have in the game to solve them, but since regular people don't have this borrowed arm from ancient times, we can't use this magic to get through the shrines in real life. So even though Link can do this, like a little freak, I can't do that, so a shrine like this would be impossible. I'm also only going to be covering the 65 shrines on the north half of the surface for this video because there are so many shrines in this game, I just had to cut it down. Okay, so I should probably lay out the rules for how this is going to work. First of all, Link is allowed to bring his equipment into these shrines almost every time. So it would only be fair if we allowed the people in real life to bring in stuff from the land of Hyrule. The stuff you could carry in though wouldn't exactly work how it does in the game though. Like, Link can just put away and bring out the paraglider whenever he wants to, but it wouldn't really work like that in real life. Also, I'm not letting someone bring in like a grapple hook or a ladder because that would be really lame and would let like all of the shrines be possible. It would have to be something that's actually from the game, like a bomb flower or a fire fruit or something. Another big thing that's from the games, and I mentioned it before, but Ultra Hand and all of the other abilities aren't accessible. So if it's a shrine where you have to build something or move stuff around, good luck, because that's kind of impossible. Also, I'm not going to be mentioning every single shrine in the game because it would get really repetitive because a lot of them are just impossible for the same exact reason. So if a shrine is above this very straight line and is not mentioned in the video, that means it's impossible. Anyway, let's get started, and if I missed any rules or anything, I'll mention it as it comes up. The first shrine we're going to be looking at is the Totk shrine, and this is one of the Proving Ground shrines. If you don't know what that is, basically it's a shrine where you have to defeat all of the enemies in the shrine, and you start out with like wooden sticks and stuff. Now, while Link is a well-trained fighter, the majority of the population would have no chance fighting like 10 things at once. Like, I'm sorry, but if I get hit by one of these spears, I would be dead, unlike Link, who just kind of tanks it. The next shrine is the Cicerone shrine, and this is one of the Raru's Blessing shrines. These shrines usually require you to do some puzzle in the overworld, and the shrine itself just kind of gives you a reward. Since I'm only talking about the shrines in this video, I just gotta give this one a pass because all of them are just kind of a set of stairs. So instead of just walking into them and just showing off basically the same shrine over and over again, I'm just gonna give you a list of all the Raru's Blessing shrines, and all of them would be possible. Next up is the Oshuzan U shrine, and the normal way to solve this one is to attach a rocket to something and launch it into a target. I don't know about you, but I can't fuse things together with my mind, so we have to do something different. Luckily, a bomb flower fused to an arrow sets these off, and in real life you could just gently poke the end of the arrow into the flower and then shoot it at the target. After 2 shots of these targets, the final door of the shrine opens up, so yeah, this one's possible to do. The Sahiro shrine here is just all about lasers, and all of the ones in the starting area are pretty easy to avoid, so we have no problems at the start. The first real problem with the shrine is this spot right here where you have to use Ascend to get up. I think in real life it would be just like the game where Link can't scale these smooth flat walls, but I also think in real life you can get a running start and you can just run up and grab the top and then pull yourself up. After this wall is just more avoidable lasers, so we have another possible shrine. I should mention now that I will 100% be saying these shrine names wrong throughout the video, so just please don't freak out on me. With that said, the Wow O shrine is a good example of what's impossible and what's possible to do in one of these shrines. This is because you can easily get the door to the ending of the shrine open, but you can't actually launch yourself to it, so this one is impossible. The Gat Kiss shrine seems like it would be possible because you don't need any of Link's abilities to do it. The thing is though, is that you need to take out the paraglider while you're already in the air, so I can't say this one can be done. The Oromurok shrine uses rockets, and since we're staying in the world of Hyrule for this video, they would work just fine. Since Ultra Hand can't be used on the rockets here, we just have to put them inside the minecart for this section, and while it might be inconsistent, it works to get us to the top. The second part of the shrine is close to being possible because you can do this in the game. While this little rocket ride thing looks cool, it would be way too hard to stay on a rocket in the air in real life, so I'm gonna say this one's impossible. The Ikochu shrine here starts out with a button press, and I'm pretty sure you have to use like recall or something on it, but if you just throw something heavy like a magic scepter onto it, it'll press down and launch you over. Too bad the next part is impossible because you can't use recall. Realistically, you probably could do the Sinakawak Shrine's first part by just getting inside the balloon with a torch. Getting out of it at the top would be hard, but it wouldn't be impossible. Sadly though, the second part of the shrine wouldn't be possible. It's because you have to bring up this ball, and that just wouldn't work in real life. The Ishidog Shrine is really only in this video because you can run up the sidewall thing, and I thought it was kind of cool. but you need Ultra Hand for everywhere else in the shrine, so it's impossible. In the Ren Is shrine, you're supposed to make these ramps or these balls to like shoot into this basket thing. And I mean, yeah, I could totally move this like massive steel slab that's on the ground here, but like most people can't. So we're just gonna call it impossible. Doing this video made me realize how many of these shrines just make you use recall in some way. Like the Sakuku shrine here, you have to use recall right when you walk into the door, basically. The Kiyo-Yu shrine, I definitely said that name wrong, has these pressure plates, and while this one is able to be pressed down with a magic scepter, the other one though, I mean, look at this thing. Nobody could carry in something heavy enough to like place on this, so this shrine would be impossible. The next shrine here is the Timawak shrine, and the theme of this one is lava. In real life, if you were this close to molten lava, I think you would just actually melt into like a pile of goop, so this one's for sure impossible. I just needed to mention it because there are a few lava shrines in this game, and this one just covers all of them by just saying they're all impossible. Our next destination is the Jonesao shrine, and this one is so close to being possible. Bomb arrows could be used to make it 2/3 the way through, but this last section is a little different. I think it would be possible to climb over this wall in real life if you could get to the bars, but I think they're just a little bit too high up to reach from the water, so this one's impossible. Just like with Recall, there are so many shrines in this game where you have to use Ascension for like no reason. Like they could have just made this a straight line to the actual puzzle of the shrine, but nope, you have to go up through the floor. The Radai shrine is so awesome. This is one of the Proving Ground shrines where you have to kill all the constructs, but this time you're given these cars. These cars hurt the constructs, and if you get a little lucky, you could do this without even getting a scratch on you, so this one's completely possible. Next up is the Mogawak shrine, and the objective of this shrine is to charge this battery so it can power the elevator. The way you're supposed to do this is to fix this spinny thing so the water can charge the battery, and while this may seem impossible, it's actually not. If you take a Korok frond into the shrine and then stand right here and just send wind over at the wheel, it'll actually charge the battery if you put it on the spot. So after you charge the battery, you can just set it on the platform and take your ride up to the end of the shrine, making this one possible. The last impossible shrine I'll be talking about is the Maya Chideg shrine, and I'm only including this one because it's really cool. In the shrine, you just build all these robot guys and they kind of do all the work and kill all the constructs, and it's pretty fun. But yeah, you can't build them, so it would be impossible. The Sinatanica shrine is a training shrine about Sneak Strike, and I think all of these ones are possible. I think that's because the robots in the training ones aren't trying to kill you, they're just trying to teach you, so they're possible. If that wasn't clear, this is like a genre of shrines, like there's a bunch of training ones in the game. So the Makiyurka shrine, the Kyononosis shrine, and the Yamayo shrines are all possible. And that was probably the worst pronunciations I've had all video. The last shrine I'll be talking about though is the Gemimik shrine, and this shrine is pretty cool when you actually do it the intended way. You're supposed to turn this skinny thing into a fan, and then you're supposed to turn that fan into like a spinny like fire thing to light all the torches, but we can't do that because we don't have Ultra Hand. Also in this shrine, you can't light a single torch at a time because the water will put it out. But if you bring a flame emitter on a stick or something and stand in the center, you can spin and light them all at the same time, so this one is possible. So yeah, there's all the shrines and Tears of the Kingdom that would be possible north of this line though. Here's a list of all the shrines I didn't talk about. I just think all of them are impossible, so there you go. If you disagree with me at all, just let me know what shrine you think is possible in the comments and maybe why. This video was pretty fun to make. It was harder to make than my other videos, but I liked making it a lot. So yeah, if you liked the video, just leave a like, subscribe, that'd be great. If you want to hear me talk about the other 90-ish shrines, let me know. In total, 26 of the 65 shrines I looked at were possible, but 17 of them were the Raru's Blessing shrine, so it's really not that impressive. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Thank you for everyone who's been subscribing and commenting and liking. It's been really cool. Sorry it's been taking so long for the videos, but I'll try to make them quicker. That's it. Okay, bye.